Oh boy. Well, this is exciting. How we doing? How we doing, everybody? Well, got some good news. Just trying to figure out the mouth plate or how to grip this thing, and guess what? I think if I can get it on. Got so excited I forgot to put it on. I think I figured it out. Yeah. So, I was trying to think of all different ways to like attach something to the fabric on the inside of the mouth. That wasn't the way to go at all. And what I came up with are these things. It's like finger koozies or cozies. What's the difference between a koozie and a cozy? I don't know. Well, yeah. And these are glued to the inside of the foam skull. Like that. So you're just... And I left these fingers free because... See how flat my hand wants to be, and his face is shaped just a little more curved. I don't know. I thought it would help with the motion. And also, I don't know, the last bunch of puppets I've made the grip on the inside just these two fingers and the thumb, if I need a thumb thing. Because I kind of like having these fingers free just to move and not get cramped. I feel like if they're all four in there, I feel a little trapped. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So this is just Antron fleece. It's from Puppet Pelts, of course. This is some practice fleece. That's why it's that beautiful color. Don't mind using that up. It just seemed like the right material for this. I sewed a tube for each one of these. It's just a tube sewn right side out and then flipped inside out. So you have I'm using the underside of the fabric because it just feels a little better to slide in and out of. Yeah. And I doubled it over just so it has a little, it's like 2 layers to it. Just feels a little more sturdy. Yeah. And it's just long enough for those fingers, and this, getting a bunch of glue, put together. Now based on, since I'm doing just a little thumb tube, and the position of your thumb is different on your 2 hands normally, I don't know, maybe somebody has a thumb over here, I don't know. And if you do, that's cool. These puppets are going to be right and left-handed. So for this guy, I already did it for the right hand, so the thumb is sort of oriented more on this side. So it just kind of fits the shape of your hand. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, but for the left hand. So here's the other guy. So, it's just that easy to skin a snowf. How about that? That's what he looks like inside out. Yeah, so I kept trying to figure out how to attach something to this. And yeah, but that meant all the tension was coming from here and pulling the fabric, and we want to pull the fabric, we want to pull the foam. So at least that's what I decided. So I'm going to put these on. I'm putting the seam on the upper side just so I don't feel it. Not that it's a problem, but it just feels nice and smooth. And same thing here, I got the seam on the underside. Now, I'm gonna trace out a line for my glue, because I don't have to put glue everywhere. See that? So my thumb, while I want it to be center as much as possible, it's still coming in at a different angle on each hand, so I was hoping they could be sort of universal left or right hand, but if I'm doing it this way, that does not seem to be the option. So just a nice rough trace. I know you can't see that, but a rough idea of how much glue to put in that spot. And so I want it to be like 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the lip. So trace my thumb. It's a little fiddly and awkward, but there we go. So you can kind of see this little area, little kind of thumb area. See, it sort of skews over that side a bit. This side, what am I pointing at? Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah. Well, all right. Okay. So, now the fun part. I'm just kidding. Every part's the fun part. Got my weldwood. I know, barge. I know. Just never got barge before. I need to. Next time. Maybe next time. I thought of possibly like reinforcing the insides of this or attaching these to something that would help it adhere to this or be more robust, but I couldn't think of anything that brilliant. So I went ahead and just tried gluing it, directly, and so far it seems fine. Let me grab a paper towel. Wham! Oh, and coffee. It's a 2-pot of coffee day. This, as you say. Cheers. Ooh. Ooh, that's hot. Oh yeah. If you recognize this mug, it's the style of mug they had in Twin Peaks, the Double R Diner. Yeah, man. Damn good coffee. And hot. All right. All right. I'll scoop out a bit. This is going to take a lot. Ooh. My little tub's getting full of old glue. No, drip in there. Damn it. Ugh. Ugh. I do have the windows open and fans blowing. I'm trying to be cool. I should really probably have something to breathe through for this. This is a little fiddly and tough to get the glue on the inside because you kind of got to go in this way and this way. So get prepared for awkwardness. And since this is inside and it's structural, there's going to be a lot of strain on this part. I'll just use a whole bunch, not too much, but just to make sure I've got solid coverage. Just have to kind of reach inside and dab. Try not to get it everywhere. That's where my little guidelines really help. Just keep going. Then make sure I go to the sides far enough. I want the top side of that fabric to be stuck down as much as possible. I'm surprised it worked. It makes sense that it works, but I don't know. Every now and then, I think something needs to be more complicated than it really is, and it turns out it's usually simpler. Oh boy! All right. I think that's about good. Top. There's some fuzz. Got fleece fuzz stuck to me. Ooh, this glue. Oh boy. I really wish I had a good outdoor space to work in. Would be nice. Like a back porch or something to. Oh, that's really awkward. Oh, that didn't help. Yeah, porch, man. Maybe a screened-in porch, so stuff doesn't fly everywhere, but or a balcony or something. Be nice to be able to do some of this kind of stuff outside. Is the point. All right. Give myself a little more glue. That bottom part is tough to reach inside. I know I could just take a different shape of foam. I know. Ugh. Once again, little mouth guard trays. I just saved them. Oh, that looks like a perfect shape for a little tiny thing for glue. I'm always looking for tiny things to put glue in. It's just a fun hobby. I'm trying to look and see. Also got to be careful of my edges, try not to crimp anything. I'm trying to get a ton of glue inside. That looks like I got it. All right. God, so much fleece. Well, all right, whatever. So, make sure I get the glue in the right spot. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on. Just dab the shit out of it. If you're wondering why today is a 2 pot of coffee day, it's because the last few days have been way too much beer days. So, yeah, you know, I'm taking it easy, man. I'm trying to take it easy. All right. Let's see. How did I do this before? Did I just leave them on? Oh God. I hope not. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Let me take this off. Okay. Wow. I really want this stuff to get to dry as much as it is supposed to. This contact cement. The longer it sits before you join it together, the better the bond is. Or at least, like, you're supposed to wait a good, like, 3 to 5 minutes or something like that. You can wait too long, of course, but so I'm just kind of going crazy with it. And it's probably way too much. Probably don't need all that. It's a little much, but whatever. I'd rather have too much than not enough for this part. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll put a little more on this end. All right. Take this off. All right. So let's give this all a minute or so to dry. I'm going with the top piece first and sort of fit that in, and then the bottom piece, just to make sure we position it right. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't believe it took me that long to narrow down the simplest of things, but somehow it just I felt like I had to think through other weird options just in case something made some weird sense, and not really. So I'm not even attaching, or I'm not planning to attach the black fabric to anything, because it just kind of rests inside when it's in place. I'm gonna maybe tack it down with some Super 77 spray stuff, just to sort of keep the fleece in place around the lips eventually. But yeah, I don't think this needs to be attached to anything. It just kind of stays in its place. So excuse me. Wait. Coffee. Okay, that one more second. Well, we'll give it one more second. I'll show you this. Got some horns. Looked at a whole bunch of pictures from different angles and tried to get measurements, you know, sort of tried to find shots where they were sort of straight to the camera, you know, flat to the camera or whatever. Because, you know, they're moving around, they're different angles and shit, whatever. So I just kind of got an average based on a lot of different shots. Cut out a piece, or two pieces rather, in that shape, sewed it together and stuffed it. Nice easy horn. Yeah. One thing I did learn, or confirm, rather, while I was stuffing those, is that, you know, the more you take the stuffing apart and kind of, you know, put it in just like little tiny pieces, the more even the piece looks, you know. I made one and it was all lumpy. Why is it lumpy? Because I just put it in big chunks. So you gotta tear it up, man. You gotta take it apart. All right, this is getting nice and, man, this is like what do you call it? I can't think. I was gonna make a joke. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. All right, tacky. It's tacky. I was gonna make a joke about Elvis and like interior design. Like it's like Elvis and his sense of interior design. It's tacky. That's all. See, it wasn't worth it. All right. So I'm keeping it separate from everything so I don't glue myself down. But I got my outline. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Pressing it in place, trying not to kink my middle seam here, but I gotta press around it. Pressing around the sides. Trying to be right in the middle. And I think yeah. I think we're in there. Yeah. See how these fingers want to be kind of like there, just to accommodate the shape. That's why I didn't put them in the tube. Okay. Just slide out of that. Keep pushing it in place. I think that's pretty good. All right. Slip this guy on. See, it's sewn together at the end so it won't kind of like unravel on you. And when it's glued down on one side, it lets you slide in and out fairly easily. All right. I'm gonna put my fingers back in the top one to make sure I'm in the right spot. I'm gonna lay my thumb in a comfortable spot. Oops. I think that feels okay. Aha! Do, 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 do. So I don't want to pull on it too much yet, but it's already got a good enough bond that it can do that. So that's what we want. That's good. Okay, let me just slide out it. So I'm going to hold the front so I don't put the strain on it. Look at that. So you see it's a little over to the side. So this is the left-hand model. But when you pull it together, it looks fine. Okay. Well, that was the scary part. So now that's done. And I got that pressed down about as much as it seems like it wants to go. That's the nice thing with that contact cement one. When it sticks, it sticks. So that's pretty good to go. All right. So for fun, let's go ahead and reskin him. Like I said, eventually I'll probably hit this all with a little bit of glue around the edge of the lip just to keep it where I want it. Ooh, what am I doing? I can take my hand out now. Turn them right side out. This is a fiddly process. The gloves are actually not helping me right now. Oh. All right. Okay. There we go. Let me just take this glove for a second and try them on. Okay. It's a little, it takes a little effort to find your way in. But once you're in, you're in. I know I'm holding it upside down, sorry. Okay. Feels pretty good. I think I might, yeah. It's all right. It's all right. The only thing I am not 100% sold on is how stretchy the I know I used fleece because it's stretchy. What am I trying to say? I don't know. It just feels different. I'm used to there being like a solid mouth plate or something more solid in there, and this is just, you know, you just feel cloth and it just feels soft, and I don't know. Something in my brain is telling me that's wrong, but it's not wrong. It's just different, and it seems to move correctly. So I think it's all right. I think yeah. It's the whole point, is that it looks right and moves right, and feels okay, and that feels okay. All right. So we got 2 heads with grips. That's good stuff. Now what? Oh, well, I'll tell you what I'm thinking about these. There you go. From some pictures I saw, it looks like the horns are kind of embedded. And then I was thinking, oh, maybe they'll just sew onto the surface, but from the pictures, I think they actually like cut a little hole in the skull and let it kind of poke out and push the fabric in, and had a little bit of depth to it. And honestly, that's might be easier and less tedious than sewing it in place. This fleece is a different color than this. I was hoping it would have a little more contrast, depending on the light and the angle. It kind of does. It should be probably a darker pink, but it's the pink we have, and it'll work. So yeah, we'll kind of go in sort of like that. I made it a little extra, like a 1/2 inch longer, so it could poke out of the skull. It's just a little lumpy. I have to work on it. Then we get those, and now we've got eyes. So, wait, hang on. Coffee. So I was nervous about these because trying to I didn't make a mark. But yeah, sorry. The eyes made me nervous because I was trying to get the proportions exact, or like the eyelid shape and everything. And I don't know. It's an easy enough thing to do, but sometimes something like that I really want to get exact, I just avoid it because it stresses me out. But it's okay. Sorry, I'm just tidying up my lines here. Managed to make a little eyelid template. He's got a pupil. It's about an inch. He's got the here we go, eyelash kind of part. Goes around the first section. Then there's a line of blue, and then the back is pink. So yeah. So this sort of determined the shape of the blue part and what we need to do for the back part, the pink part. So what I was thinking, because I can take this glove off right now. So I marked, well, there's an arrow down there, so I know where the front is. I'm trying to keep the front clean. You know, I got pencil marks and everything. It's easy to smudge it, but using this little circle tool to kind of get an idea of like how much fabric I need to cover that back part, which is pretty much that size. So I'm going to cut out some pieces of pink from that size. Yeah, and we'll go from there. So if you happen to be watching, thank you. I don't know why you're doing so, but I'm not sure why I'm shooting these videos, to be honest, other than it sort of seems like fun, and I'm just sitting here doing it. Might as well talk out loud while I do it. Alright. So I got my disappearing water-soluble fabric marker. These things are fantastic. They just disappear. Sometimes a little too fast. Oops. So I can make a mess and it's fine. This will all disappear. You can even use it on hard surfaces. I made a mark on the eyeball and you can just wipe it off with water and it just goes away. It'll also just disappear by being exposed to air, which is real neat. It lasted a long time too. Can I get one more out? No, I have to go back for more. Let's go ahead and cut these out though. So before I do, I'm just gonna fit it. Yeah. I'm gonna cut one out and see how it looks. I know I need slightly less than a full circle, but I'm not sure how much less. So the markers are already disappearing. Okay. All right. So I got a real stretchy got a real stretchy direction and a less stretchy. So let's see how that fits over. That's the more stretchy, yes, okay. Well, a little small. Okay. Well, that's a good thing we tried that. All right. So what do I need to do then? See, it's pretty, yeah. I'm gonna need to work with a bigger piece and kind of stretch it over that shape. So I was afraid of. It's just a little too specific, or specific. What am I saying? Yeah, it's two-dimensional. Oh, well, of course, because I did not account for that. That was a flat circle. It's not meant for a 3D circle. Okay, which is just to say a sphere. Whoa. All right. See, this isn't embarrassing at all. All right. So, how do I want to tackle that? Let's see. Now, ideally, I'll be able to see what's underneath, but I can't. But what I can do is hold this in place. I'm using the underside, and I can use a similar size piece. Aha. All right. I think I need to get a bigger piece of this. In fact, I'm going to get a piece of practice fleece. We'll try it with that. One second. Okay, hopefully one of these is big enough. All right. So let's see. Using this guy. Let's see. Let's use this. I'm trying to keep the grain of the fabric, stretchy side, lined up. Ah! This is way fiddly. So this is still the back. I can sort of see my lines on the eyeballs, so I'm going to use those to make sure I'm lined up. And I'm pulling this fabric so that it's as, it's stretched around the thingy. Let's see. I'm looking for something that's about that size. Let me see if I can make some marks that will help me. Please help me. So I'm coming to about here and to about here. Okay. I'm saying that my center is about there. Okay. Just leave that off for a second. Okay. See, this These are always steps that make me nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about, though. It's just a matter of doing it. Okay, so I've got it lined up. I'm going to go ahead and mark the fabric, the edges, and the center. Now, I'm holding it in the same spot. I'm going to try to do this. I think this is roughly about where I'm going. Okay. I'm trying to mark it. Well, whatever. I'm getting a little Sharpie on my thingy. That's all right. Okay. So you all marked now. Now, how does that line up with my actual line? Hey, not bad. How far off is it? Not by much. You know what? Let's cut it out and find out. See, so that's more of the shape I actually need, not this fun little pink circle that I have. I don't know. See, that would have been a good use for practice fleece. Oh well. So it's a little lopsided, so I might try to, let's see if I can do this. Sometimes you just fold it in half and you can even something up nicely, but I'm not sure if it's, maybe I'll just cut it out regularly and try to even it up by eye. I'll leave a little extra at the top because I'm not sure if it needs more or less up there. I'll try to even out that edge. Okay. All right, so looking at something that wraps around. Oh, we'll try it the right way. See, it's tough to tell without gluing it down, but it's pretty close to something that would work. I know me holding it like this is not good for anyone else to see, but I'm thinking I could probably glue something like that on, and it would hold its place. Make sure I'm looking at the right direction. Yep. I also realized that my fabrics could overlap. I could make the pink go, you know, under the blue part that's coming, but I just feel like it would bulk up the material too much because the fleece and both fleeces are kind of thick. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. We get the shape right, so it's, you know, they just meet up in the right spots. Now I'm thinking, I'm just trying to think if I'm gluing, how am I gluing this? How's it going to fit? You need to start at the top, pull down around the sides, and you can always trim it with an X-Acto, I guess. Okay. So, Can I get one of these out of this? Well, yeah. Can I get two? No. Well, let's try to get one. Let's see what happens. So I'm gonna just, normally I would make maybe a pattern piece out of paper or something, but let me see if I can just do this all janky right now. So I'm just gonna flip it over and trace the other side. See if I get, I can't really see what I'm doing. Let me change colors. I'm flipping it over just so I can average out the differences between the sides and kind of make it a little more uniform. Let's see if this works at all. If we're on the right track, I'll make a proper pattern stencil so it looks better. Feeling this might be a little weird and won't look quite as clean as it should. We'll find out. We'll find out. There's the front. There's the back. Ooh. Didn't really work center, did I? A little bit of a center mark, a little away from the edge, so I don't have to see it. This stuff disappears too. It just, I don't know, sometimes the blue hangs on a little longer. All right, so if I started gluing there and pulled it around, you know what? I think it might work. This stuff has a lot of stretch to it, so you don't need a big piece. That's pretty good. You need just the right shape. I feel good about that. I think this one's usable, although I want to do two things. I'm gonna make a little stencil, and is this clean enough on the edge? I think so. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Got a little wet paper towel. I'm just gonna kind of dab this ink off. Maybe not my center mark, but I'm just dabbing away the blue stuff. The pink will definitely disappear, but okay. All right. Let's reinforce that center line. Center line is just a wonderful thing to have. Okay. Going to trace this onto some paper and make a little paper stencil. All right. So scrap. So here's what we got. Let's go ahead and rough trace around it. It's like a little Pac-Man ghost. All right. All right. That's pretty good. This top here, let's see if we can round it out. There we go. Kind of wants to be that. Let's use this as a straight edge. I'm just going to round these edges a little tiny bit. Doesn't seem like it needs to be perfectly round, but just a little, I don't know. I feel like that should be perfectly straight either. All right. And the bottom. All right. So we got this thing. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna cut it out and we'll shrew it up a little bit by folding it in half. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go around as it is. There. That. I got this. So I'm going to sort of bend it in half. So, yeah, go ahead and go for it. That's already pretty good. It's pretty true. There's just that one little spot. Huh, not bad. Okay. Yeah, this is poster board. I shouldn't have done that with the poster board. I usually do it with if I'm doing folding stuff like that, I would usually use just some sheet of paper and then glue it onto the poster board later, but whatever. That's good enough for now. All right. So that's a little bit bigger than that piece. So let's go over it one more time. Just like get rid of a little bit. Use that side. So just holding it together. Going around, trying to keep a curve going. And all right, let's get this little tombstone shape. What do we got? That's pretty close to that. All right. Now, just one more time while I'm here. Uh-oh, a little invisible ink leakage. That's all right. Careful, my fingers smudging things. All right. So I feel confident if I glued this in place, this piece will work. Now, there's probably going to be excess on the bottom to trim off, and that's good. I'll just leave it like that. Okay. Well, maybe before I cut out more of those, we'll try gluing this on. And if it doesn't work, for some weird reason, we can take it off and fix it. I'm hoping to not have to rip anything off and like respray paint or have to, sand and repaint these eyeballs. But if it happens, it happens. At least you can do that. Hang on, work on. I had that happen once with some plastic half dome eyeballs that I painted and got looking really nice, and then I tried gluing eyelids down to it and messed it all up. I thought, oh no, it's ruined. But wait, I could just peel it off and sand it and repaint it, and sure enough, yeah, it was fine. It was a pain to do, but it was better than like losing out on those materials. So. Oh yeah, coffee, still got it. Okay, so just gonna go for it. We're just going to go for it. Get this out of the way. Anything I don't want to get glue on. Get out of my way. Alright. I've been reusing the same gloves because you can. As long as they don't have too much glue on them. I reuse these as much as I can. You can get away with that for crafting and such like. Alright. Just gonna go for it, man. We're just going for it. Whatever happens, happens. Alright. Oh. This makes me nervous, but we're in this together. It's okay. Get over there. Get out of the way. Yeah, just a little bit. Pattern pieces. All right. Try to keep everything clean. All right. So, what am I doing? What am I doing? Who's first? You? Okay. All right. So, guys, here goes nothing. Making sure I got the back. This is the back. Just gonna put some contact cement down. Oh my God, this is so scary. These eyes and I have been looking at each other for the last few weeks, just knowing that we're gonna have to do this. I'm nervous. Why? I don't know. I'm just afraid that it's... I don't know. Because I feel like this is a very precise part, and I'm afraid that the... I don't know. Just afraid I'm gonna make a mistake and have to go back. All right, that's probably way too much, but that's what I put there. That's what it's got. It really doesn't take much of this stuff. It's mostly just, if you got it covered well, you're good. But really just like a light sprinkling. See, I've already, that saturation there, like it didn't need that much there. Be careful with the nice, pretty side. It's much easier without gloves to be aware of what's going on, but ain't no way I'm getting this on my hands. It just takes forever to go away. All right. Schmutz at the end here. I'm trying to pick that off. Okay. All right. Scary. So sticky. So I'm just going to try to go from the center of the top and start stretching it along the line and pulling it out, you know, of the middle. Just a few more seconds. This is the back of the eyes, so I don't have to, well, have to be clean, but it doesn't have to be. You can make a little bit of a mess behind this line. All right. Do I have enough at the edge? Well, there's enough on this side. Folks, here goes nothing. There's my middle. There's my middle. And okay. I'm just gonna go a little bit down. Start pulling outward. And you know what? Hey. Let's see. What's going on here? Oh, no. I don't like that. No, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. Okay, well, let's see. So you can sort of pull it up and readjust it. Let's see here. That is a little lopsided right there. I'm just going to peel it up. Let's see if pulling it just a little bit more that way. Well, okay. Okay. That took a lot of pushing and pulling. It's still a little workable. I can still move it around a bit. I know it's, we have a little bunch up in the back here. Now this top isn't, it's a little bumpy. There's a little excess down here. So I'm wondering, I might have to, well, obviously I have to trim this and put a little more glue right there. But what I'm wondering is does this look good enough? That edge. There. Now, what's going to happen after that is that a piece of this is going to go up against it like that. Or to hide what just happened, ha 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 ha, it could just go over. And actually, you know what? As I'm looking at it, looks like a nun. Hello. Yeah. Maybe we will do that. Just let it overlap. Instead of just meeting right at the edge, maybe let it, I don't know. I'm not sure. Sorry. I do kind of like the way they meet like that. It's hard to tell. Yeah, that's the thing. It looks a little rough right now, but like it's not bad. And it's fairly smooth on the back. Let's just go ahead and just tack this down. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you can just pull and adjust and get away with something, even if it looks a little weird at first. I know I didn't wait very long for that to dry. Okay. Well, there's that. Let's let that hang out for a second. And while that's hanging out, let's get a little blue piece. That's my stretchy direction. That's the way I want to go. All right. So, let's see, can I see this? Yes, I can. Let me just outline this, mark my center bits. This fabric is traveling on me, so I gotta be careful. I'm in good shape. Let's try that again. Yes, that side is way off. So I'm doing all this fiddly stuff, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just figuring it out in front of you. Oops. Center mark. Center mark. Okay. Let's just see what happens. I'm cutting towards the inner part of my marker line, because I know that this piece doesn't need to be any wider than it is. I'm just making sure I don't cut it out wide. Sometimes when you cut out a piece, depending on how you trace it, you might end up enlarging it a little bit or shrinking it. But all right. So let's see. There's a little blue eyelid, which I can tell already I'm gonna have to trim because this fabric is so stretchy. It's already wider in the spots that I need it to be, although I don't hate the look of it. How do I feel about this pink part? I don't know. Yeah. So that's what I'm wondering, if it's if this blue piece kind of will help the pink piece sort of look a little flatter. That doesn't look too bad. But what I do think is it needs to be a little, maybe a little skinnier. Oop, am I making marks? Oop. I've got a little marker on my eyeball. Oh well. But you know what? Overall, not terrible. And then you get one of those. Yeah, so I think overall, yeah, this gotta trim this guy down a little bit. Let me see if I can do that. Probably not. Probably not as well as I'd like to. Yeah, it's tough to trim this part once it's already cut, like nice and even. I'll probably just have to do another piece, but maybe I can get an idea for the size if I just trim this down. Okay. All right. Ah, yeah, this pink piece. Oof. Still bothers me. Still bothers me. But, you know, I could still finesse it a little bit. Probably be okay. How's that? Any better? So you have another reference line there to line this up with, so it's a bit wide. All right. Well, in that case, what do I do? What do I do? Well, I think I need to make a decision about this thing. Whether I like that enough or not. Let me try doing the other one. Some more pink. Okay. Small piece. Maybe we can get something out of this small piece. Oh, I think we can. Maybe. Oh. I mean, I know that's excess down there, but let's try this guy. All right. So this, I feel like maybe was a little tight in spots. Hard to tell. So I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe try to cut this out just a hair wider. There's a center, there's a center. All right. I know this is not exciting. This is long form silliness. That's what's happening, man. If I need that there, but it's there. This one disappears really fast. Oh. So I'll try to cut nice and clean. Nice. Curvy curve. I like cutting out curves. It's fun. All right. So I don't know if that's big enough to save for a scrappy. I don't know. Make that decision in a few minutes. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna try it again over here now. I'm just gonna go ahead and make my center mark. I made a little center dot at the top, but a little center to line up at the back. That's good. All right, let's try this again. Is my glue still good? It's fresh glue. Yeah, I know the way that I kind of stretched it on there might have been a little odd. So I could probably stand to do that much better. It's hard to know sometimes which way to pull it to make it perfectly even. I've been watching some great crafting videos this last week, well, this last year, but I really appreciate the work that people put into their, not only their projects, but their videos about their projects. I clearly am not putting any effort into this beyond just trying to do it. I'm not editing or doing anything smart. You really should do. Really should do. I'm also not using this, which I should be. I mean, first and foremost, I'm a musician, so this isn't even really my expertise at all. I just enjoy this. I have a little more confidence in doing it now than I did before. I don't know why. Just probably just getting older and I don't care what people think. Aha. I was always kind of like nervous or embarrassed by this for some reason, which seems so crazy. I just didn't know other people doing it, so it seemed like a weird thing to tell people about. All right. So I'm still gonna go in while it's a little wet, just in case I gotta peel it up, which I probably will. I keep dropping it. The gloves are sticky. So see if I can line myself up this way. Let's get a little center point. I'm gonna watch my sides a little better this time. And pull it towards the sides. Aha! Nah. That's much better. Oh, that's much better. Yeah. Okay, definitely ripping that guy apart then. Okay. Much better. So I needed to, tacking it down in the middle, great, and then I need to just work the sides, and then the middle just kind of like goes where it wants to go. And look at that, that's already much better. It looks like a bunny rabbit. Oh, that's, yeah. Great. Oh, that's so much better than you. Oh, man. No, side by side, though. Yeah. It's just a little, that's a little rough. That looks so much better. So, you know, I think I'll just peel this off and see if we can redo it. Maybe we can just redo it. It's okay if it's messy. The part we need to be clean is still clean. And this still has some stretch to it. But we kind of kinked up all the fuzz. So you know what? I think it's worth just going with a fresh piece. Oops. Sorry, I keep kicking you. All right. Well, maybe I'll do that on my own. You don't have to sit through that. You sat through everything else, but why should you sit through that? Okay. And this guy's pretty good. We just think we need it a little smaller so that when it stretches, it's a little narrower. And yeah, I think that'll look, when everything is in place, it'll be nice and clean. All right. Come on, stay in place. Are you good? What is that? All right. Well, thank you for sticking with me through this. I think we're on our way somewhere cool. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna finish making some eyes. See you next time.